Do you like first-person shooters from the medieval era, like Legendary Heretic or Hexen? Do you prefer fast-paced arena action where you just need to shoot at never-ending hordes of enemies? And do you like to compare your results with the other players? Welcome to watching VideoGaming Father's video review of a first-person arena shooter from medieval times called CROSSBOW Bloodnight. Is there any catching and maybe even scary story that will drive you forward? Will you find here interesting arena design full of places that can be used as strategic positions? Will you be facing original enemies with inventive weapons used for their elimination? Isn't the experience of the game spoiled by incredible difficulty or inaccurate controls? Can the game audio visuals please your eyes and ears, or will they be suffering due to their ugliness? And won't this game ball your computer because of enormous hardware requirements? Let's find it out together in my CROSSBOW Bloodnight video review. Here comes the story. In the year 1139, the Second Council of the Lateran pronounced anathema of the use of crossbows. The council saw their unstoppable power as ungodly, demonic by nature. And they were not entirely wrong. The Coven of Crossbow, an ancient order of hunters sworn to guard the balance between the forces of heaven and hell, prevailed against all odds. In the year 1666, as fire and plague ravaged London, the Coven is facing its greatest challenge yet. The ancient horror from beyond makes its way towards our reality. In its wake, legions of nightmare creatures spawn in the darkness. Let the hunt begin. Sounds promising, doesn't it? The problem is that it also ends up here. This is all information you get, and it is not developed any further. It is like someone would let you take a bite of tasty piece of cake, but wouldn't let you eat it up. And there is more stuff like this in the game. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, and let's have a look at the gameplay. There is actually not much to describe. You find yourself in the circle courtyard of some Gothic cathedral, with a well in the middle and railing with the barricaded stairs on its edge, which means that your hero will be moving within a very limited area. And the first zombies, called restless ones here, start to appear from the ground. After you eliminate them with your crossbow, some strange creature with tentacles, called Tainted One, grows out of the ground and spits out the flock of hostile flying creatures, the Hungry Ones, coming right after you like they were not eaten for ages. The Hungry Ones, indeed. Nothing that your crossbow couldn't handle. But here come more and more of the enemies, and soon you will have to shoot quickly and accurately to cleanse the battlefield from them. And the clock is ticking in the bottom left corner. Once the time is out, the new dangerous creature called Feral One comes onto the scene. This is a pretty fast and tough creature that looks like a big goblin, and you need to dodge its fast slides. Even if you manage to eliminate all creatures from the start of the game, the arena becomes really crowded after some 50 seconds, so you will be able to just run and dodge the enemy's attacks until some of them manage to eliminate you. So you just click the retry button and start over again, with the same enemies appearing at the same time at the same places. Have you seen the movie called Groundhog Day? If yes, then you will have a very familiar feeling like the main hero there. If not, just imagine the never-ending déjà vu. In general, the gameplay is based on trying to survive in the arena as long as possible to climb up the online leaderboard. This must become repetitive very soon, right? So, what mechanics and interesting ideas are there to protect the game from it? To be honest, there are not many of them. Let's start with your weapon. You have a nice looking crossbow that can shoot really fast in the primary mode and fires up explosive projectiles in the secondary mode. These are useful against the Tainted Ones, the spitting creatures with tentacles, as they can eliminate them in 1 or 2 shots. For each eliminated Tainted One, you collect the soul, or whatever it is, and once you have some unspecified number of them, you can use the Rite of Cleansing, which slows down the time and hits all nearby enemies by magic arrows to do the cleansing. It is followed by nice graphical effects, but unfortunately, it is the only interesting thing enhancing the gameplay here. You have just one weapon that you use in just one arena against the same enemies. Okay devs, this is nice looking tech demo, but where's the full game? It is really hard to believe that someone could come up with something like this in the year 2020 and start selling it for the money. One weapon, one arena, and allegedly 6 types of enemies that I have seen 3 or 4, as I haven't managed it to the others yet. I remember the demos of old first-person shooters that were way longer than this is, and unfortunately also provided much more fun. Let's take a look at the game difficulty and controls. The game difficulty increases exponentially, I would say. Once you learn the spots where the first enemies appear, the first 45 seconds of the game will be easy for you. But then, almost invulnerable Feral 1 enters the arena and won't give you much time to eliminate the other enemies, so you will simply start running and shooting while hoping to survive as long as possible. There are no strategic places where one could hide and take a breath, but no upgrades or power-ups that would allow you to refill your health or give you some armor. Nothing, just running, dodging and shooting until you are killed by some enemy coming out of nowhere. So the game becomes too difficult for casual players after about 50 seconds, which makes you repeat it again and again and again after about 1 minute of play. I can understand that the conditions must be the same for everyone to have the online leaderboard objective, but who wants to play something that soon becomes as repetitive as the work at the conveyor belt? The one of the few things that I can praise are the controls, which are accurate and responsive enough and allow you to react quickly and precisely. How about the game audiovisuals? Another positive thing about the game are the graphics. CROSSBOW Bloodnight looks really good, and with its dark colored graphics, nice crossbow in your hands, detailed enemies and good looking special effects of blood and rite of cleansing, the game reminded me of legendary Painkiller in high resolution. And another good thing is that the game doesn't require some high-end PC to be run smoothly. The graphics are one of the game's biggest pluses, but I cannot say the same about the music and sound. There is just one easily forgettable constantly repeating music track and dull sounds. Most of the time you will be hearing just your crossbow shooting and growling of monsters. There are neither interesting one-liners from your hero, nor atmospheric comments like "Killing Spree" in legendary Unreal Tournament. Okay, let's summarize it then. Is CROSSBOW Bloodnight the right game that the players who like arena shooters should invest their time and money into? From my previous comments you probably recognize that there were not many things that I could praise the game for. Here is the short list of positives: instant gameplay, online leaderboard, responsive controls, and beautiful graphics with nice looking special effects. And here are the downsides. Just a shallow story that is not developed further, just one weapon and one arena with a simple design, low number of enemies, exponentially increasing difficulty, repeating the same actions again and again, absence of upgrades and power-ups, generic music and sound. The game is not suitable for family playing because of its violent character, but I cannot actually recommend it to anyone. At least not for the money, as the game costs €3 on Steam. As the tech demo available for free, it would still be okay. CROSSBOW Bloodnight was quite a big disappointment for me. The game graphic optimization and the absence of serious bugs show the potential of the authors. But selling the game with just one arena, one weapon and with the absence of any upgrades or power-ups is just a joke. If you don't like repetitive activities like working on conveyor belt or believing in promises of politicians before each elections, please stay out of this game and better play some of the classics of the genre like Unreal Tournament. I'm giving this arena shooter thumbs down and VideoGaming Father's index 4 out of 10. Not recommended. Thank you for watching this video review, and please don't forget about thumb up if you have enjoyed it, and also subscribe to my VideoGaming Father's channel to be informed about my new reviews. See you soon!